Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Iftikhar. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to share a shocking reality about FSW Draws that I found out last night. Okay, this is my Twitter account. I recently created this Twitter account, on September 2021. I retweeted this tweet from Stephen Murin. He is an awesome guy. If you're not following him, do follow him. And I will also leave the link of my Twitter account in the description box below. Okay. Now, this is a shocking reveal, I must say. Now, this is, again, an old document, December 14th. Okay. But thing with IRCC is that these internal documents, you cannot access them unless you're an IRCC official. So you can only access the old documents, and Stephen Murin's randomly shares these documents whenever he gets his hands upon them. So on December 14th, now let's talk about the date. On December 23rd, the last FSW draw was conducted, okay, and 468 was the chosen CRS for the lowest ranked candidate in that draw. Now, just before that, we can see right here that IRCC offices, of all of them, only 19% were open at that time, okay, and 76% were partially open, okay, and 5% were closed. And they also said that 51% of their in-staff overseas are working in physical offices daily. Like 50% of the staff does not have access to in-office working because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And that was before the last FSW draw. So you can imagine that after conducting that FSW draw on December 23rd, what would be the situation afterwards? Because we know that in January 2021, right after this December draw, Ontario went down under a complete lockdown, a 28-day lockdown, which was a blow for Canadian immigration in terms of outland applicants. Okay, now let's read through it. Locally engaged staff, they were unable to access GCMS. Okay, so teleworking, when you're working from your home, you don't have access to GCMS. So this is going to impact the overall processing capacity. Now, these are the realities that you must understand. And also, they said that 22.5% of CBS positions abroad are currently vacant due to inability to staff due to COVID-19 related restrictions. Now, these restrictions only got worse after the date of this document. So that is why this is very important. 87% of the VACs, they are either open or partially open to the public, and 13% of temporarily closed VACs have resumed back office work. So 13% are back, but 87% are either open or partially open. Okay. And they also have some updates about the VACs in India. Okay. So when you look at the details from Stephen Murin's, 81% of international staff was either working in person or remotely, and 19% were on leave. 22.5% positions abroad were vacant. So these are the shocking realities about the FSW draws. And although I had anticipated that in July 2021, these restrictions, these problems, they would go away and FSW draws would resume, but unfortunately they did not. Okay, and until today is 3rd of October 2021, and still we have not seen FSW draws. So when this document came out last night, I immediately retweeted it, okay, and I decided to make this video to let you in on this information. That is the internal document from IRCC that was released before the last FSW draw. Now, this is the situation right now, and I am trying to make you guys understand what are the problems and challenges faced by IRCC right now. And there is no doubt that FSW draw candidates who are waiting for those draws to happen, they are undergoing major mental health issues because they have their proof of funds locked in their accounts for so long, and the currency rates, dollar is going up. Especially if you are Pakistani, you would know that dollar rates are going up. So what is going to happen? This is still under question, and I hope that IRCC have now recovered from those processing delays and those problems and those COVID related issues related to their offices, related to their staff, and they would soon resume the FSW draws. But this is the reality. And until they resume the FSW draws, I don't want you guys to be negative about it. Like, for example, if you guys are thinking that knock codes are going to change, they are going to have new knock codes, so what? I mean, if new knock codes are there, then we'll apply through the new knock codes. Okay, if there is a new system in place, we will apply through that new system. I mean, there is no point in beating around the bush and thinking that, oh, this is going to happen, that is going to happen. If that happens, then we will figure out a way out of it. But if it does not happen, then FSW draws will resume just like old times, and we will continue our profiles like that. Okay. But keep in mind, 180,000 people are in the express entry pool, and there must be many people who are high scoring candidates. So when FSW draws resume, you should be looking at a CRS score of 480 plus. So this is the reason why I shared this document with you guys, so that you guys can understand the reality, the problems, the challenges that IRCC is facing, as well as the FSW draw candidates, the COPR holders, the PPR, the people who are waiting for the PPRs. Everybody is suffering. Nobody is satisfied in this pandemic situation, unless you were chosen by a PNP program. Because keep in mind, 80,000 people are going to get PRs from PNP programs of Canada in this year. Okay, this is what they had announced earlier, and the number of ITS that have been issued is 108,000. And we have seen in September that they are selecting lesser number of ITS in every draw. So like, things are complex right now, but it is due to pandemic. But I hope that IRCC would at least try to communicate with the people who are waiting. With these words, this is Iftikhar wishing you guys all the best.